doing fucked up shit isn't a bit not controversial, what's the word? Conspiracy-ish, like some weird mysteries. Mysteries, that's a good idea for him. But I want to find a photo of the guy because he is amazingly fucking preserved. But I wanted to do some research on a guy called, I think it's pronounced Ötzi.
Is he Turkish by any chance?
No, he ain't Turkish. Ötzi the Iceman. So I just want to get a nice ass photo of him. Or shall I show a mummy? It's not that bad.
Oh, that's fine.
So
oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, but do you know about the curse of him?
No.
This is the interesting part, because there's two really interesting parts to Ötzi. One is how amazingly preserved he is. Like, he is unbelievably, like, perfectly preserved. You could still get to his brain. He's still got some of his organs, like his heart, his lungs, his liver. He still had one of his eyes left.
That's cool.
They were actually able to identify the contents in his stomach from his last meal.
I remember that.
Yeah, like they found a bit of a ibex, oats, meat, just loads of different stuff like that. That in itself is really interesting. But I kind of wanted to talk about, this is the guy, by the way. This is Ötzi, the Iceman. I think he's really interesting, and this is what he would have looked like with skin. Now, Ötzi was found in, I think it was 1991. He was found on, sorry, I've got to look through my notes for this one. The Ötzi Alps, this is why it's called Ötzi. He's named after it. There were two German hikers called Helmut Simons and his wife. And they basically came across this corpse, which they thought was a missing person, because there had actually been a missing persons report on the Alps at that time. So what they did, they basically, they called the authorities, were like, there's literally a dead man up in the Alps, you might want to go and take a look at him. But when they got to him, they figured out that he was actually wearing woven grass clothes, like clothes made out of grass, animal skins and leather. He was also in possession of a flint knife, a copper axe, a fire starting kit, and other ancient tools. So basically suggesting this is a very old corpse. And I think, 3000 BC, they reckon he's about 5,200 years old. So he's a really old corpse. This is prime, artifact shit. This is really good research. He'd been completely mummified in the ice, and it was so well preserved they were able to determine what was left in his stomach, like we just said. And to this day, they don't actually know how he died, because there's just so many different bits of damage to him. Like, he's got trauma to the head. He's got... Oh, I also mentioned he was so well preserved they could actually locate tattoos on him.
Damn.
Yeah. It was that cool. But people believe that this mummy was actually cursed. Now, I don't know if you believe in curses or not, but this one will make you be like, what the fuck? It's weird, because I'm very skeptical on things like curses. They're weird. But there was a nice connection of deaths following the discovery of this mummy. So the first death happened in 1993, which was a year after Ötzi was discovered. And it was one of the people who were part of the forensic team when discovering Ötzi. He died in a car crash on the way to present a lecture about this mummy. Now, that's coincidence, whatever, shit happens. But shortly after, this guy was called Rainer Henn, by the way. Shortly after his death, a man called Kurz Fritz, who had taken Henn to the mummy, so the guy who just died, who'd taken him to the mummy, he died shortly after in an avalanche.
Shit.
So we got two deaths of people relating who have been around the mummy, but it doesn't stop there. We've still got more to go. So in 2004, Helmut Simon, one of the guys the first tourist who discovered them, the man who originally discovered it, he died hiking, coincidentally in the same place that he found the mummy.
What?
Yeah, they don't know how he died, but they think he might have frozen to death because he was found 8 days later.
Okay, that's fucked up.
It's really strange. And a few hours after the funeral of Helmut, one of the rescuers of Helmut died of a heart attack.
Yeah, that.
So
No,
there's
that's
this
just
there's
coincidence.
4 deaths, and they're all really correlating with this mummy. Like, it's strange, right? It's like you're kind of
That is
looking.
weird. Yeah.
I thought it was really, and this guy, like the guy who rescued him, died at a really early age. He was in his like early 40s.
That is early for a heart attack.
So yeah, we've got all these people. We've got 4 deaths now relating to Ötzi. Another young death that's actually related to the case was a 47-year-old journalist called Rainer Holzel. I don't know how to say the name, but he was a journalist who made a documentary about removing the mummy, and he died of a brain tumor like pretty soon after releasing that documentary.
Has anyone picked up on this?
Yeah,
Has
it's
anyone,
known that like it's pretty famous. Like this thing might be cursed.
What the fuck?
Damn, that mummy has a 4-in-1 key. I know he's on 5, that 6. I don't know.
Yeah, 5.
In total, there are 7 people connected to him who died. Because in 2005, the leader of the Iceman investigation, so one of the first scientists to actually examine Ötzi, he died of complications due to multiple sclerosis.
Look, people die every day.
It's just a very strange coincidence.
It is very strange. I don't think there's a curse.
Okay, and then also in 2005, Tom Lu, who performed DNA analysis, so who was on the team with Conrad, the leader of the Iceman investigation, died in his own home with no explanation. Like, they do not know how he died. They literally, his postmortem announced that like Lloyd's death was totally inconclusive.
That is, look, it's definitely a what the fuck thing, but I'm personally not. I don't believe in curses and things.
It's definitely one to make you turn around and go like, okay, that's weird. Though.
I agree. That it does make me go, what the fuck, like. But I think it's all just a coincidence. I don't believe in curses. I mean, diseases, maybe like the corpse gave off a thing, like it. Like
not after 15 years.
And that's what I mean. Like, it's just a coincidence. These people were gonna die anyways.
Yeah, but it's just funny how they were all quite young, and they were all kind of linked to one another. It was like a chain reaction almost.
Kind of like Final Destination.
Yeah, it was almost a bit like it was too chained together. Like it all started from Ötzi, and then everyone like who associated with each other just. Boop, boop, boop. I think it's interesting.
It
to
is
say the least.
definitely interesting. I didn't know about all the people who died. Personally, what I found more what the fuck is how fucking well preserved he is.
He was very well preserved, and it was by luck that he was so preserved. Because if they hadn't have found him, he would have decomposed so quickly.
Because wasn't it the ice melting that he finally emerged?
It was actually like a freak like summer where it actually got really hot, and it like by absolute coincidence it melted him out. So eventually he probably would have been frozen back up again.
And I read, or I think I saw a video of people moving him before scientists got there. Like, look, there's a photo there. They apparently the scientists were really disappointed with how it was handled, because people just started moving him like it's another corpse, and they ended up losing a lot of like other sort of evidence stuff because it wasn't handled with enough care. But fuck, imagine like 5,000 years.
He was 5'3". He was the same height as me. Oh, I'm 5'2" and a bit, but yeah. He's 5'3". He weighed 116 pounds, and he had really bad teeth because he ate a lot of meat, apparently. And because he held a copper axe...
Did they say how old he was when he died?
40s. And because he held a copper axe would have shown that he had some, like, wealth to him.
Okay.
Because back in those days, like, if you had copper, like, copper weapons, that's pretty, like, major.
Did they say what had happened to him?
They don't
how
know
he died?
properly. There's so many things. Some people either think it was a hunting accident, some people think he was murdered, some people think it was battle, some people
Okay.
think he might have frozen, like,
Is
just
there
traveled too far and ended up dying.
Did you find anything about people saying like if they found like axe wounds or?
Yeah. I said at the beginning, like, he's just got so many different injuries that they just
Mm.
can't determine what could have
Okay.
killed him.
Alright.
So, like,
So animals could have gone to him.
yeah, and another
that, yeah.
interesting thing that they found all over his skin was like needle punctures where they
What?
used to do like acupuncture shit for like headaches and muscle ache.
Okay. Wow.
He had brute force trauma to the head. Like there was definitely evidence that he'd been hit on the head by something. So that's definitely got to play a
Someone
part.
either hit
He-
him or he fell or something.
Or it was something to do with an animal because
yeah.
obviously he had weapons on him
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So it could have been that.
Mm.
But I think the cast itself is actually kind of the cast itself is quite interesting.
It
and how
is
everyone-
interesting. I didn't know about all the deaths surrounding. Yeah, that's wow. When did they find him? 2002?
1991.
No? Okay. Oh,
He's
wow.
been around for a while, and now he's
Yeah.
preserved. They've actually got him like.
Oh, he's thick.
No, he's not. He's a thin baby. He's a very wilted baby.
I think there's a video of when they found them. Have you seen it?
Yeah. That's the image of he died. This guy died, and yeah, he had his butt in the ice. He was just hanging out, having a nice
It's
little.
interesting how he's got his head, like in his arm. It's sort of like how I sleep every night.
Nah. But yeah, it's interesting. I think if
Look at that one.
this someone just picking him up like come
Yeah,
on.
like what the fuck?
They didn't handle him very well, I'll give it
No.
that. But they got a lot. He's a real gem for piecing together some of like BC history. Like
Yeah.
he really was great for that. So we gotta thank him for that, even if he did kill a couple of people in the process. But one of the reasons why people think there was the cars is because he was awakened from his slumber.
What?
He's like, I've been sleeping, I had a brutal death, and now you guys are picking me up and fucking messing with my board, and I don't like it.
No.
You never know. Could be a curse. Could be a curse.